Hello and welcome to Learn Twin Flame Tarot. So we've completed the major arcana. We spoke a bit yesterday about the majors and what they are, and the major arcana is the big secrets of the tarot, the main things going on. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a video about shuffling the cards, and then tomorrow I'm going to do a reading with the major arcana, which are all here, to really put things together so you can see how cards gel together and aspect together and tell a story together. So shuffling, now this can cause fear in some people. Just give me a little bit of fear. So what I've done here, I've got all of the major arcana of the decks that we've been using in this series. So as you can see, they're just as they are. I haven't shuffled anything yet. So we're going to shuffle. Now there's many ways you can shuffle. Do what feels right to you. And the way you shuffle may change as you get more comfortable with the cards. You just know when you're using tarot when things are ready, because some people say, how do you know when they're shuffled enough? How do you know? It's a feeling. Everything with the tarot, everything with the tools that you use, whether it be crystals or pendulums or doing Reiki, whatever it is, it's a feeling you get. You just know. You learn to trust in your intuition, and that speaks to you without the ego. The ego creates all that fear, saying, oh, you're doing it wrong, or, if other people come in and say, oh, you shouldn't be doing it like that, who are they to judge you? And we spoke about judgments in the judgment card. So we learn to release judgment. It doesn't matter what people think of you. Do it your way. What works for you won't work for others. What works for others may not work for you. You have to find your own way. Now, I personally like to shuffle a normal way. Some people hold the cards this way and shuffle like that, okay? Personally, I've only got small hands, so I find it very difficult to shuffle that way. I find it easier to shuffle this way. Some people say they struggle to shuffle with them this way, but you have to feel what feels comfortable to you. So just try shuffling slowly, easily. Maybe you want to try it the other way. I'm not going to do that because I'll drop them. I'll have a little go. I can do it, but they feel a bit odd to me that way. You feel it a little bit odd. I feel more comfortable. It feels more natural to me to shuffle them this way. Now, if you're finding it hard to do this, just do it slow. Start by taking them like this. So you just pretty much hold them in your hands, and then you take the back of the deck and you move it forward. So you're not really doing anything else. You're just getting used to the feel of the cards, because, if you are inexperienced using cards, they're going to feel strange. And some decks are going to be big and some decks are going to be small. If you're using an oracle deck, there may be less cards, there may be more cards. In my Divine Masculine, the Silence deck, which I'll show you. Let me grab it, here it is. There's a lot of cards in it. I'm not even sure how many there is. I think there's 130 cards. Yeah, there's only 78 in a tarot deck, but obviously we've got lots in here because I'm using 5 decks, and that's 5 times 22. So there's a lot there. So, but again, you get used to shuffling however feels good to you, So you take your time when you're shuffling. There's no rush, there's no wrong way, there's no right way, there's just your way. And that's really the key to using cards. Do it your way. I know somebody who reads cards who doesn't shuffle them at all. They actually throw them on the floor, and then they ask their client to pick the cards. Some people shuffle the cards, so they just shuffle them, and then lay them out, and you choose your cards that way. It's entirely up to you, but that's about spreads, and we're not going there yet. This is about shuffling. So just get used, and if they fly out the deck, they're meant to. Okay, you know when you're using the card, if it's too many, not enough, the cards will fly out. You'll feel them. Like I usually feel them, either back, middle, front, you just feel them. You don't really look at the cards. When I'm on camera and I'm shuffling the cards, I never look at the back. A lot of readers see the back, okay, or show the back. I don't do that. Okay, I'm focused mainly when I'm shuffling cards on you. I'm looking into the camera into your eyes. So I'm not really even looking at the cards, but I feel the cards, and that's what matters. Now, you may have seen what I call the Hollywood shuffle. You know, it's a shuffle really that people do in casinos. What they do is, when you've got your deck, I use this sometimes off camera. You know, when I get a new deck, I'll do this. But I don't really like to damage the cards. I find it damages cards. That's why I don't do it, okay? And you'll notice that it makes them tatty because you're constantly messing them up, you know? So I prefer to give them a nice, easy shuffle. Give them a nice, easy shuffle and let the cards and their energy speak to you. Okay, like that, they fly out. So I'm not going to show you what the cards are because we're not doing a reading in this video. I'm just explaining about how we shuffle. But I'm going to pick them back up. So you may find that when you're shuffling, they fall out. They're falling out for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You know, usually if I do a reading and cards fall out or jump out, I take them. It's only if I just kind of know if there's way too many cards or some cards aren't speaking to me if they fall on the floor. I just kind of know. But you learn to read the energy. But if you want to do the Hollywood shuffle, okay, all you do is you split the deck in half and then you hold them like this, okay? So you hold them. Can you see that with like that? With one, you know, you put your fingers, I put my fingers on there, and then you hold them kind of together, upwards. Can you see on the camera? And then you just let them go. And they just fall together. I find it a lot easier, I'll show you, to do this when I'm standing up. Okay? Because when you're standing up, you're putting more pressure on them. So it's a lot easier to do it, she says. Okay, let me try it again. I wasn't paying attention there. So you're just kind of standing up. So you're not, you know, it's easier, see? And that's how it's done. You know, and when readers do this, you may think it's complicated. Oh, look, wow, it's amazing what they're doing, but it isn't. George does his. He holds his down the side like that. Somehow he does it like that. So he does his a lot different than the way I would do it, okay? I can't do it that way. That's his own unique style. But for me, I prefer to easily shuffle the cards. So you do what feels right for you. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's only your energy and your style of doing it. And remember, what works for you may not work for someone else. What works for someone else may not work for you. So get your own style. Make your own style with shuffling cards. There's nothing to be afraid of. If cards jump out, we'll do it. I'll shuffle. Say I'm doing a reading right now. There you go. You shuffle. Cards have jumped out. So I would take them. And sometimes when you're shuffling, the cards will stop themselves. Okay? I take out them ones. If I was doing a reading, this was. And then your cards feel ready. You'll know because they feel ready. And then you can do what you want with them. You can splay them out and choose a card that way. Or you can split them in 3. 1, 2, 3. Just let them go and put them back together. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. You let them go. You don't choose where the cards are being split. The cards do it for you. 1, 2, 3. They just fall naturally. Okay? Maybe you don't want to do it like that. You may want to do it, other readers do it kind of like this. And then put them back together like that. You do it whatever works for you. So the point I'm making is, and you may think this is a pointless video, but the point I'm making is there's no right or wrong. We throw the guidebook away because we focus on our intuition and the way the cards feel and the way the cards flow. And that kind of mixes them all up anyway. So shuffle them nicely. However you're guided to, just have a play today. That's your homework. To just have a play with the cards. Do they feel more natural this way to you? Or do they feel more natural that way to you? Okay, they don't feel natural to me that way at all. Does it feel more natural to shuffle like this? Or does it feel more natural to shuffle like this? It's whatever works for you. So just again, if you want to do this Hollywood shuffle, all you do is you split your deck, okay? You just split your deck. It's easier if you do it in your hands because you can feel where you've got equal cards. And then you just put them kind of together on your chest or your breast area. and you've got equal cards, you just hold them in your hands, put them together, and then you just let them flow. And it's as easy as that. So today it's about shuffling and, splitting them. How do you want to do it? You don't need to split them at all. If I'm doing a reading for a client face to face, I allow them to shuffle the cards. Some readers don't let people shuffle the cards or even touch the cards. It's what feels good to you. And then when they've shuffled them, however they do it, and I've seen it all with the cards, working with tarot for a long time and, working with cards and reading face-to-face and online, but mainly, face-to-face. I've seen it all with the cards because I always hand the cards to the client and they shuffled it many, many, many ways. And then when they feel they're ready, just ask the client to split them in 3. And they're ready. You may not want to do that. Do what feels right for you. So have a play with your cards because, if you're using your own cards now for this series, you'll have all of the major arcana, because you may have looked through them and kept them separate the way I have doing this. That's why I'm not using these decks right now on the channel. I could use George's decks. I could go and take them from his room and use them. But I want to kind of use them with you guys. So the homework is learn to shuffle with them. Just shuffle. Just shuffle. Just shuffle. Why? Because every day I'm shuffling and you will be too. Every day you are shuffling. So get to know your cards, the feel of them. Just get used to feeling them in your hands and, they'll just feel natural to you. But an easy shuffle is absolutely fine. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.